Mental health is a life sentence without parole. Too many of us carry invisible wounds, trauma, loss, shame, and silence. I created the Crawl, Walk, Run podcast to break that silence, to give a voice to the voiceless. This is not just a show. It is a platform, a place where authors, veterans, first responders, survivors, and everyday people can share their truth without fear of judgment. We crawl through the darkness. We walk toward healing, and we run into purpose. Together, we will build this community. This podcast is about resilience, about stories that matter, and about reminding the world that your voice could save someone's life. I'm your host, Steve-O, and this is Crawl, Walk, Run.
Craig Sotkovsky is a New Jersey native, survivor of 9/11, volunteer at Ground Zero. When America fell to its knees on September 11th, Craig Sotkovsky stepped into the smoke, the ash, and the ruins of Ground Zero to help recover what was left behind. But the collapse didn't end that day. What followed was a war most people never saw. Lung cancer, addiction, isolation, financial collapse, depression. The kind of darkness that silently destroys people long after the cameras stop rolling. Craig lived it. He knows what it feels like to lose purpose, to feel forgotten, to wake up carrying trauma no one else can see. And instead of hiding from it, he chose to speak. Raw, unfiltered, no script, no manufactured image, just truth. Today, Craig Sotkovsky is building more than a platform. He's building a movement centered around resilience, healing, recovery, and human connection. Through podcasts, public speaking, social media, and an upcoming cross-country journey, he is giving people something this world desperately needs. Proof that broken people can rebuild. His voice reaches first responders, veterans, blue-collar workers, people battling addiction, and anyone fighting to survive life after trauma. Because when Craig speaks about Ground Zero, about addiction, about mental health, about purpose, people listen, not because he read about pain, because he survived it. Craig is also the author of the book Everybody Pays a Vig, One Man's Entrepreneurial Journey, a raw and unfiltered story about survival, business, failure, rebuilding, and resilience. The book is currently available through Amazon, eBooks, eBay, and through Craig's official website. And through every setback, every scar, and every battle, Craig continues to remind people of one powerful truth. Even after loss, after suffering, after failure, you can still rise, you can still heal, and you can still find a reason to keep moving forward.
I am Storytime with Steve-O. This is the Crawl, Walk, Run podcast, Season 3, Episode 19. And this is called 2 Days on the Pile with the 9/11 cancer survivor, Craig Sotkovsky. Let's not delay. Let's get him in here right now. Mr. Craig is in the house.
What's up, Steve-O?
What's up, brother?
I appreciate the opportunity.
Yeah, man. We've been talking online, and I think you're going to give some people some stuff they want to hear, man. I mean, I couldn't even imagine what you went through, man, what you saw. And, from some of the pictures that you showed me, and I'll show those while you're talking later. So I always start my show out with thanks for coming on. And Mr. Craig, what does crawl, walk, run mean to you?
Crawl, walk, and run. That's a good one. I literally take it as crawl, walk, and run because I've had 15 knee surgeries, so I had to learn how to crawl to be able to stand up, and had one knee ablation that gave me 3 blood clots. It almost took me out. And the walking, learning how to walk again is quite profound. And being able to run, I run my life now. Differently than most. As I stand back up again, I look at things a little bit different for myself. I'm alone. I'm not lonely, but I am alone. And crawl, walk, and run. It's interesting. I really believe that your podcast is needed because people need to express themselves. Can't keep this shit in anymore.
I appreciate it, man. That's why I have the disclaimer, man, because we about to get into it, man, and people want to hear it. And if you feel triggered at all, man, I'm here. That's what I'm about. So I've been through shit. You've been through shit worse than me.
I don't think so.
No, man. I think we're both gonna sit here and shit talk each other. So I love it, man. So I gotta make you smile, man, because you're about to get into it. So, but what is trauma? And if you don't have trauma, what do you do to help people with trauma?
So I had trauma for the longest time. I'm not going to get into the trauma. I was molested as a kid, drug addict, bankruptcies, divorces, cancer, and I've been blessed to be able to alchemize all of this stuff. And this is my message to humanity. It's simple in its complexity. I'm here to disturb the comfortable and comfort the disturbed. As I battled cancer, I was told I was going to be potentially treated for cancer 4 different times, and just one cancer prognosis will devastate you. They told me 4 different times, and what I've been able to do for myself is have no emotional attachment to anything. And some people say it's a little messed up. I don't think so. I think when you sit in your darkness, when you sit in all the things that you've been through, there's a light at the end of the tunnel, and it's one where you become this beacon. You become this person that I've always wanted to be. I'm at peace, and I've never been at peace before in my life. Like I said, I live by myself. I don't need to see people. I talk to thousands of people online. It's what's that?
I said that you do.
Yeah, and it's hard. It's hard when I help people all over the world establish a new reality for themselves because I know what it's like, and I don't want people to mentally go through the things that I've been through. And I live in a very loving relationship with myself that I've been able to alchemize, and I think it's based off of my father and mother. I was growing up with a lot of love, hugs, kisses, I love yous, and I realize how fortunate I am because people haven't grown up like that, and I take that with me, and I want to share my love with the world.
So I have to say one thing. Met a master sergeant. Nope. Met a master gunnery sergeant. A gunnery sergeant. And he told me, you can't love yourself if you can't love people, if you can't love yourself, man. So
I believe that's true.
yep. That being said, do you have anything to say about that? I'm sorry.
No, I believe that's true.
Okay.
I mean, we have to love it. We have to have the intentions for ourselves to get better. And when we sit in all the shit that we've been through, I mean, everybody's gone through something, and everybody's also gone and has greatness in their life. They've all accomplished things. Some people like, oh, I have small things, or your life is different than mine. It's more traumatic. It is what it is. Whether you say you can or can't, you're right. You know, it's our mindset that we have to establish. And being at peace was something that I always looked to. I didn't know all the chaos in my life until people started pointing it out, because it was my life. And I believe when you stop looking to the adrenaline and cortisol and start living in life of the feel-good chemicals of oxytocin and serotonin, your life starts to change. Can't hear you.
What are the coping mechanisms that you use to help yourself or help other people with trauma?
Coping mechanism is epigenetics. I'll give you an example. So I was at a 9/11 a yearly checkup. It was like the worst clinic you could possibly be at. You know, they throw you in these places, man. And the doctor came out after the X-ray, and she said, "Have you ever had a bad X-ray?" And I was like, immediately went to, Jesus, man, she's gonna tell me I'm gonna be dead by Tuesday, because they like to do that. And this was 2.5 years after I had my mid and lower lobe of my right lung taken out. And as soon as she said that, I was like, you know what? Whatever she's going to say, man, it's not gonna affect my mood. It's not gonna wipe the smile off my face. It's not gonna do that. I'm just done with this shit. And come to find out, she didn't even have my paperwork. She didn't have any of that stuff, man. And at that point, nothing changed inside. There was no biochemistry like, oh my God, no, none of that. And I was like, wow, man, this stuff really works. So I encourage people, you have to tap into your deep dark. We all have deep dark, and you have to sit in it, because this is the only real estate we could own. Everything outside of this is it's all distractions. And I think a lot of people get distracted. Once you eliminate those distractions, you can concentrate on yourself, because you deserve it.
How old were you, to get into the next question? The younger you, when you transitioned after 9/11, what was that like?
God, man. It's in my 21, 25. It's in my 30s.
When did
Yeah.
you, after you transitioned, like after that day, was it different after the recovery operations?
Shit, my dad was a Marine. He was one of the chosen few. And he used to talk to me like I was a spoiled kid. And after 9/11, he talked to me like I was a man. And I'm getting goosebumps now. And I realized that it was chaos. You know, I was having like night terrors and just stuff that I never really dealt with. And yeah, it's transitioning from post-traumatic stress disorder will take some time. It'll bring you down to your knees, and I allowed it to humble me. And I believe that once you become humbled a little bit by life, your life starts to change exponentially.
So the younger you, before 9/11, like you say,
I was a
2 days,
spoiled American.
2 days on the POW. So after
Yeah.
you were on the POW, after you were done with recovery operations, what went through your mind? what did you, are you allowed to talk about what you see? Did they rotate crews out because of things that were going on? Are you allowed to talk about that?
Sure, I could talk about anything. I was only there 2 days of the first 5 days.
Okay.
Then I was gone, right? Because I was getting married in Florida at the time in October of October 27th, and I did 2 days down there and never looked back, you know. And it wasn't until I started getting sick in 2012 that I had a collapsed lobe in my lung that people like, you know, you should really start looking into this 9/11 lawyers and all. I was like, for what? I was only there 2 days, 2 days, man. And come to find out, you know, being sick, you only needed to be there 4 hours of the first 5 days. I was there 2 days, so I hit the wrong lotto.
How many days or years was it after this right here? I mean, this happened.
This was 2017. I was walking around with a collapsed lobe in my right lung for 5 years, and I used to tell my ex-wife, "There's no reason why somebody has to walk around with this much pain." And it was a consistent pain every day.
Wow. So let's stop with all the questions. It's time to let you talk about that day. After that day, what happened with you, all the stuff that happened with you, and then we close out the show, man. The platform belongs to you, man. So you could start. I would just say, you know, you're on here because you're a survivor and you're getting ready to go out on the road. And I know that you've been doing podcasting. I see you on social media on lives. We clicked somehow. And it's now time for you to spread the word, man. So the platform's yours, brother.
I appreciate it. So how I got there, me and my ex, I was walking out of my house on 2nd Street in Jersey City. No, 1st Street in Jersey City, and I saw the towers on fire. And got her and told her to go get her camera because she was a photographer at the time. We went down to the river, Hudson River, and now we were just like, this is crazy, man. Look at this, and it's like it's like pandemonium, and it's like a movie set. And we're all standing there, and one of the towers fell. And she's got it in sequence, man, coming down that she photographed. And then we cops were freaking out, and they told us, you know, get back and move back, and we were like, no idea why. And then I was going to Liberty State Park, and there was a pass through downtown Jersey City. And as we were going through the pass through, the other tower fell. And you know, we like 20 minutes later, half hour later, people getting off the boats, and they were covered in all kind of soot and, you know, disheveled. And I was like, I got to go there, man. I've been in construction my whole life as a carpenter and a mason. I want to get there and help, and not have other people there that are just regular laymen. And my introduction was I didn't go the next day. They wouldn't allow us. And then yeah, they wouldn't allow us. We got on a boat, and the boat was going to Battery Park, and then the Coast Guard sent us back. And it was funny because, you know, funny, haha, but just funny that, you know, as they were sending us back, I looked and I took a picture, and there was a baby carriage. And we the guys that were on the boat were just like, Jesus, what the hell were they thinking? You know, like, grab the baby and run. Long story short, I ended up the next day. I was wondering why there were so many buckets. I didn't understand what the buckets were for. And we're on his boat, and we're going across. Guys like, yo, you get over here. You know, let's go. And as we were getting over there, the guy's like, yo, you got to keep your shit together. These guys have been here for a couple days. You've never seen anything like this before. And yeah, got off the boat and picked up buckets, had a whole bunch of buckets in front of me, so I couldn't see forward, but I could only see to the left and right. and they were pointing where to go, where to go, where to go. And I walked through the atrium, and as I was going through the atrium, I see these these bags over there to the right. I didn't want to know what they were. I saw the guys hanging out at this little restaurant thing and I'm looking up, and all I could see is like these girders hanging off and precariously like ready to like fall. And I was like, well, I didn't know why I thought it would be like a straight kind of chute where everything would be okay. Anyway, started seeing the light because it was dark as I was walking through, and there's a knee wall I had to walk over. And as I walked over the knee wall, put the buckets down, I was like, holy shit, what am I doing here? I was like, oh man, this is a messed up, fire trucks all in a pile and cop cars. Like it was just complete mess. And then all of a sudden I heard a siren, and guys started saying, run. I started running. I'm bolted, right? Go around the building. We start heading back to the river. And long story short, the front facade of the building fell on the buckets that I put there. And that was my introduction to 9/11. And I was on a bucket brigade. I ran a Bobcat. And yeah, that was it for 2 days. And just alchemizing that. Just, I still think about it and I say to myself, and I stood on top of the World Trade Center after it fell. And that alone is pretty profound.
I'm trying to go back for like when I was a veteran and people ask me, so what was combat like? And I'm not going to go like that. So the experience, I'm just going to say, because you said you've never witnessed anything like that in your life. When you were doing the bucket thing, did you come across individuals during the recovery operations?
Not individuals, but pieces.
Pieces of individuals.
Like you find a boot or a foot or a shoe with what was in it. I understand what two pieces of concrete does to a human.
Did you get any kind of psychological help after that? Did you try to?
Like I said, it was 2 days and then I left. I left for Florida. I was concentrating on my wedding and selling my 2 houses.
So you totally forgot everything that you saw.
That was it. I mean, I was having nightmares. There were certain things that I was working through, but I grew up with a Marine, man. A guy was one of the chosen few. It was like, suck it up and move on. Life will life you whether you want to participate or not, man. That's just the true story.
What made you write this?
I wrote that because, like I said, man, I've been through some shit. I was molested as a kid, drug addict in my teens, bankruptcies, divorces, losing houses, cars. And I wrote that because I wanted to just share my life with the world and have people know that they're not going through stuff alone. And if I can get through it, I'm a knucklehead from Jersey, and if I can put myself through the shit and get through it, anybody can. And
when did this come out?
2018.
Okay. So you have 9/11 stuff in there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it can be found here. You can tell people where it can be found.
Amazon and my website.
Okay. And I'll share that at the end. So when you were diagnosed, what were you diagnosed with? Did you have like stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, or were you just diagnosed with stage 4? What?
I was diagnosed with a malignant carcinoid tumor in my lung. And
okay.
It was between my mid and lower.
And this is where they did the surgery you have marked out?
Yeah, I was on that was not marked. Those were the actual
Scars?
incisions. Yeah.
Okay.
That was a few days post surgery.
Okay.
And I was on a 9-hour surgery, and when I got off the table, I was one of those guys where blood pressure bottomed out. So I woke up screaming after 9 hours because they couldn't give me any meds. And when I woke up, I had something called Saturday night palsy, because my arm was extended on the gurney for so long. It tapped into the nerve, so I couldn't use my arm for the longest time. Yeah, I went through rehab and all of that. But I'll tell you, my my post recovery was ridiculous, because the doctor for the pain management, he tripped over my line and bent the epidural in my back. The lady was cleaning out my chest tube, and she tripped over that and pulled that out. And the best one was the lady that was cleaning my catheter. She she turned around and pulled my catheter out. And I had a friend of mine that was an ER doctor, and he was reading my report, and he was like, "Jesus Christ, your poor urethra." Took me like a year and a half to pee straight, you know. And every now and again, I still get that twinge.
I just have to say, man, I had kidney stones, man, and that's the closest I had to what you got going on, because you got some stuff removed, but the catheter, man, just to pull it out slowly hurts. But imagine if it was just immediately yanked out. Oh my!
It wasn't immediate. It wasn't like yanked out all the way. She actually like it went halfway, and it was just like, oh. And you know, each one of those times they had to give me morphine to knock me out.
Good God, dude. So you decided to be an advocate, right?
Yes.
When did that?
Because that started with all the incidences in my life going through this cancer journey. They told me 4 different times that I was potentially being treated for cancer.
How many times?
I'm sorry?
How many times did you have cancer?
Once. They told me 4 different times that I was potentially being treated for cancer.
Oh, wow.
First time was in the ER. The doctor told me I had a malignant tumor in my lung, and he told me that in front of my 11-year-old daughter, and the first thing I wanted to do was throat punch him. There was 2 other times that they told me that I was potentially being treated for male breast cancer, and they took 20 lipomas out of me. And then the last one, I had a knee surgery after my knee ablation in down here in Mexico. I had a knee surgery, and it was September of 2024. And in November, I went back to the doctor, and it wasn't healing. And he told me, "Look, I think you potentially have synovial sarcoma." And then he just like 5 minutes later, he addressed me, and he's like, "Wait, you got to hold up, you got to back up." He goes, "I want to know how I'm telling you potentially have synovial sarcoma," and you laughed in my face. And I was just like, you know, I've done some things that have been able to alchemize shit in my life. Wasn't the first time that people told me that I was potentially going to be dead, or just my history. And what I tell people, the reason why I became a patient advocate is because there's some people that don't belong in the industry. There's some people. I'm sorry?
You're a survivor, man.
People tell me I have this story and all, and I'm just like, it's my life. I mean, I don't, it's just what I've been through, and we all have gone through things. I just don't want people to ever feel like I felt, and that's why I'm taking this journey.
Well, look, we're going to stop right here, and we're going to go to a commercial break. I do my advertise for my show, season 3. I'm going to put you down. And I'm going to do an advertisement real quick, and we're going to bring you back, and we're going to talk about this journey that you're about to go on and what it means to you. All right?
Yep.
All right, man. All right. We're going to go to a commercial break real quick. And, boy, he has an amazing story. I don't even know if I could survive that. I really don't.
We were trained to endure, to adapt, to overcome, but nobody prepared us for what comes after the uniform comes off. This season, we're pulling the curtain back on the system veterans are forced to survive, not just serve. From suicides happening at VA hospitals, to mental health care that falls short, to growing fears about disability compensation ratings and cost cutting. We're asking the questions no one wants answered. Why are veterans still fighting for care? Who's really being protected? And who's being left behind? And what happens when silence costs lives? This isn't politics. This isn't opinions. This is lived experience. Season 3 of Crawl, Walk, Run, where we stop whispering, start questioning, and refuse to stay silent.
All right, man. Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. So, is there anything else that you would like to talk about? I mean, it sounds like, man, you've been through it all, man. Definitely been through it all. So, this journey that you're coming up, you mapped out. I saw you were mapping out something. Now, have you picked like strategic locations that you're going to? Or are you going to like theaters? Like, how is this even going to happen?
So I'm going to 18 cities, and I'm going to be going to cancer centers, hospitals. It's growing through pain, cancer, and mental health awareness for the 25th anniversary of 9/11. I'm launching it August 28th, and I'm starting in Atlanta. That's where my journey started. And I'm going to roll up on September 11th in front of Fox and Friends of Good Morning America, although they don't know it yet. I'm building a social media campaign, and I'm going to be interviewing 9/11 responders, cancer patients, family members. And I started this because, I want people to understand that they're not alone, and if, like I said, if I can get through it, I'm going to use my voice for the voiceless, because there's people like, I understand what it's like to go bankrupt over this shit. I understand what it's like to sell everything. You get sick in the United States, you're screwed, man. You really are. You're devastated. And I just believe that if you could help, don't hinder. And yeah, this is my project.
So you're abroad right now. You're abroad. You're in Mexico?
I'm in Merida, Mexico. Yeah, I had to come down here because of the 9/11 program is shit. And there's just so much crap that I can't be seen by my own doctors. So I had
about the program. Are you still in the program?
No, I'm not in the program, man, because you need health insurance. They go through your primary health insurance, and then I guess they pay them. But my primary health insurance, when I left, they wanted $1,900 a month with a $10,000 deductible, and then last year, 2026, they wanted $3,900 with a $10,000 deductible. And it's like, I can't afford that shit, man. I mean, that's $4,000 a month. Are you kidding me? And I had to come down here to get surgeries and procedures and get my health back. And they call this a third world country. Not close, man. I have state-of-the-art medical facilities down here.
Wow.
And, everything is out of pocket. I had my farm that I had to sell because I needed the money after my divorce to come down here. And yeah, it's one of those things.
So now you're like me. You cut the strings, and you're all by yourself. Nobody tells you what to do. Are you flying to these events, or are you driving to all
No,
these?
I'm taking an RV,
Okay.
and I'm going to be going from city to city. And in a couple weeks, I'm going to be talking about what cities and who I'm going to be talking to, and I have a GoFundMe, and GoFundMe actually picked it up. So I mean that's really cool because they pick up like 1 to 3% of all the GoFundMes. So they heard my story, and they're going to help me with the media campaign.
Didn't I see
So
something from Florida? I don't know if you're allowed to say it, but don't you have a huge sponsor?
yeah, I had my first corporate sponsor, Tropical Resorts and Marina in Dillon, Florida.
And you're gonna speak there?
Yeah, I'm going to no, my buddy Rick, he's a veteran as well. I'm getting sponsors. Like it's really interesting because as I'm setting this whole thing up, right? I just put the times, the dates up on my board, and I finished that today. And there's so many steps. There's so many steps that you have to go through, like getting the RV, right? Getting the gas and getting the all the movements of who do I talk to? You know, who do I talk to? Who's going to be interviewed? Like, there's so many moving parts, and I'm 2 months out, and yeah, this will happen. This will happen because I'm dedicated to it, and I understand that it's needed. Because there's people right now that I'm one of tens of thousands that are sick and dying. Nobody gives a shit. Nobody cares.
Are you renting an RV to go out?
I have no idea yet. I know that
I just sold my 2012, man, for 15 grand.
I'm looking for somebody that's going to lend me their RV or rent me their RV, or I'm going to. I don't see, the thing is I'm not doing corporate sponsors. I'm doing grassroots. You know, so it's like I'm looking for a dollar or a kind word or a share. I want so many people involved in this, and I'm building a media campaign. I was already on Fox, not for this, but Fox in Atlanta. So I'm going back to them, and with the backing of GoFundMe, they're helping me with the media campaign. So we're going to build this huge media campaign. So when I launch, it's just going to progressively get bigger and bigger. So by the time I roll into New York City, I believe it's going to be huge. And this is something that is, it's from my heart, you know, it's from my heart. And I want to show up for people because I've had amazing people show up for me.
So if I was out and I saw this or I was online, what would you tell me? Why would I buy this book? Why would I buy your book?
You'd buy it because, see, I believe I've been an entrepreneur my whole life. Ever since I was a little kid. I was a kid with the lemonade stand. I was the kid with, selling chocolates door to door. And I believe being an entrepreneur helped me battle cancer. Really did, because you have to know so many things about entrepreneurship, and you got to keep going, right? And I believe beating cancer made me a better entrepreneur because it has made me the resilient person that I am. I can alchemize everything in my life with no emotional attachment. Do I have emotions? Yes, of course. But they don't, like, I was one of those guys that would sit in this shit for days, weeks, months, years. Now I can have a recall of whatever thought and sit in it for 30 seconds and then it's gone. Keep going. Keep going. See, the thing is, we have emotional attachments to stories, and that triggers our biochemistry. And this is what I want to show the world. I want to show people how to alchemize things in their life. And it could be the most catastrophic event of your life. See, I don't know what it's like to go to war. I don't. I'd be an idiot to say if I did. However, that being said, I know what it's like to clean up a bombing campaign. And that took me down to my knees. And as I'm rising again one more time, I'm going to share it with the world. And I believe my motivational spirit is something that I can give to everybody, because I understand that,
It's
life is
funny
going to come
you
for you.
didn't say terrorist attack. You said a bombing campaign.
Yeah, it's a bombing campaign. They use planes to bomb the place.
Okay. So, man, I lost my thought. You were talking there. So, have you met other cancer survivors from 9/11?
Yeah, man, I've been in 9/11 programs for a few years now, and there's beautiful people in the program. However, that being said, as you get to know them, they die, or I mean, friends that just died. I know people that have multiple cancers at the same time, and I want to express that you're not going through shit alone. That there are people that really genuinely care. I've had people do things for me that I can never pay them back for. And that's what I want to do for other people. Because when you turn this thing on inside of us, this beacon, this light, this thing that makes us different, that makes us get up every day to be productive, when you can't get out of bed, the crawl, walk, run. I know what it's like to crawl out of bed. I know what it's like to stand back up again. I had to learn how to walk 15 different times in my life. I needed to understand that, is this going to be it? I'm not going to be able to use my arm? Or is this going to be it? I can't breathe anymore. For 6 years I had this pain in my ribs that was devastating. And I was a shitty person on drugs. I needed to alchemize all of it. And that's where I started studying epigenetics. And this stuff is all free. And this is why I want people to understand. Look, the medical industry, they're called practicing physicians for a reason. And I'm not shitting on them. I'm not. But there's alternatives. And as soon as you hear alternatives, it's like, oh my God, no. Yes. You're not stuck. You're not. You can achieve different things, get different results for yourself. And I'm a living testament to that, because I've been able to do it. And I want to share it with the world.
Craig, while you're talking, I want to put up my pillars and show you something. You see the last pillar where it says no filter?
Yeah.
How funny is that you wrote a book about entrepreneurship, and I have a book called No Filter, From Skateboard Kid to Entrepreneur.
That's awesome.
Now, I proved that you don't have to be rich to be an entrepreneur. It is building a global platform to speak.
Yeah.
So, and I believe that, you are building that global platform. And
I'm not rich either.
Hell no, man. Now
I lost everything I had so many different times. It just doesn't affect me anymore, man. It's like, I feel like that guy there's that meme. The guy's got a big smile on his face and his house is burning. I'm used to it. Keep going.
So I'm going to put up your links again. So what is on your official website?
Right now, my official website, when you go to it, of course, is the project. And then it's how I help people, how I take from ordinary people to CEOs and show them how you can alchemize everything in your life. See, there's a lot of people that think that once you're successful, and success is defined by how you want to define it. I'm successful because I do whatever I want, whenever I want, and I have my own time. To me, that's success. I have a life that billionaires are envious of, because I can do what I want. People think once you have that trappings of, I'm rich. Well, a lot of people are miserable when they're rich. You know, I mean, I coach them people. I coach people that have 15,000 square foot houses, and as soon as they close their front door, they're miserable. Their kids hate them, like all that shit. Because it's everybody. It's everybody pays a vig. There's a vig that you have to pay for whatever you do. It's just I like to teach people how to become the house. This is it. This is the only real estate you can own.
It's funny because you say that. So. Crawl, walk, run is coach, teach, and mentor. That's what it means. Because in the Army or in the military, they try to instill leadership into you, like all this one main definition, leading from the front and all that. Like, brother, we all started out as followers, and now I don't consider myself as a leader, but I am a coach.
Of course you are.
I'm a coach, teacher, mentor, and
you're a leader.
I don't see myself on a pedestal, but I'm always equal. And I have to ask you, with your campaign, have you saved anyone's life? Or like
with my campaign, have I saved anybody's life?
Meaning like being a cancer survivor, talking to another person that has life-threatening cancer, to coach them through the steps that they needed to, and then they came back and said, thank you, you saved my life.
Oh, I've had people say, because of you, I haven't given up.
There you go, man.
And that to me is everything. I mean, that's the aha moment.
That's why you're on the show, man. That's why you're on the show. Because
I appreciate it.
You're building the pillars like I have, man. Like I got the 3 pillars. The mirror, the broken mirror, and no filter. And the last one is super raw, and you're bang up raw, bro. You definitely are, man. So, and I hopefully where you are, I would like to surprise you. I don't know. I'm not leaving to go abroad until October, November. So you'll be out on the road.
No, I'll be back. I'll be back here.
Oh,
because my road project ends September 12th.
Your road project. Okay, so
I'm rolling up in New York City September 11th, man. I'm starting this journey July 28th.
Are you going to be? You said you're going to be somewhere in Pennsylvania, right?
Yeah. I have the Harrisburg with a question mark.
Oh, bro. You and I need to get together, man. You and I need to get that. I
need more people like you to just tell me to roll up. And I'll give you the cities that I'm rolling up on.
And I've been on some podcasts that talk to other people than veterans. So I'll talk to some of the podcast people, some like civilian podcasts. I know one keeping it real, RIOO. Keeping it RIO, because people already have REAL or R, whatever the hell you spell it. But anyways, I'm not very good at spelling. But anyways, I'll talk to Chuck and see if we can get you on there, man. But he definitely, man, he's got a lot of people in. It's not like me with my YouTube channel, 155 people, But like I
brother,
said,
you're a legend, man. You're a legend. And you have to understand. You have to understand something, man.
If you and I can one person, man.
That's it. That's it. That's all you need.
Yeah,
you need one person. You need one person, man. And everybody's like, oh, my audience and fuck your audience, man. One person. You stop that fucker from putting a bullet in his head. You stop him from fucking eating drugs. You stop him. One person. That's all. If you're listening to my voice, my company is from this point forward. From this point forward, I have to leave you better than how I found you. So if you're listening to my voice or you're seeing this face for radio, give yourself some grace, man. You have to give yourself some grace. And you're not going through this shit alone. I'm sorry for cussing.
Nah, man. Hey, bro. Hey, hold on for a second. Let's knock it out here, man. Look, got the parent advisor right there. Oh, you're still fucking here, man. You're still fucking here, man.
That's it. I'm here to disturb the comfortable and comfort the disturbed. My mission before I depart this earthly fucking volcanic meatball is I want people to understand, man. I want people to grasp the idea.
We have somebody here from Jersey, everybody.
Yeah, 1985 New Jersey. Can't fake this shit. Look at this. Can't fake it.
No, man. So definitely, man. We're getting ready to end this. So what is a message that you want to give out to everybody that's listening to your message?
I've been through so many cultures. I've lived in different environments and been with different people. Nobody laughs or cries in a different language. And I think that is like, I hold that dear in my heart because, you know, we have all of these cultural differences and we have all of this shit of who we are, why we are, and all. Nobody laughs or cries in a different language, man. And you have to give yourself some grace. And you have to understand that people are going through something every day. We're going, whether you hear my voice, I know you're going through something because we're humans, you know? And I've just been I've sat in my living room for 6 years to alchemize who I am, you know? My shaman from Jersey. And people are like, oh, that's arrogant as fuck. That, you know, you think you're a shaman. Shaman just means healed. And I understand being healed means that it's an ongoing conversation with yourself because it's always continuing. I'm healing every day, man. You know, and I just want to show some people how to practice some things to get yourself better. You know, get yourself better because you can. I don't give a shit what you've been through. I don't. And it sounds callous, but it's the emotional attachment that you're stuck on. That's the story. The emotional attachment, the story is what's holding you down. Once you get rid of that emotional attachment, man, you could freely talk about everything that you've been through.
I don't think you realize I'm about to go on the road myself. You do know that, right? Do you know that I'm going to go out on the road? Oh, here, I'll explain it to you then. Not to advertise while we're sitting here, but it's kind of a cool marketing thing, I guess. While you and I are sitting here talking, I'll show you something real quick. So when you go out on the road, are you going to have like a script or is it going to be raw every different?
Fucking script. I don't have a script for anything.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, some people go by a script, you know, like, but every time you speak, it's going to be different at different events.
I'm just showing up and speaking. Whoever gives me the platform, I'm giving it to them the way I speak it.
So you're going to speak at 9/11?
Oh no, I don't have a clue. I don't have a clue. I'm just going to show up at certain spots and just start talking. I haven't even gotten to that point yet. I just figured out all the cities that I'm going to go to. Right now, I got to hit the restaurants. Who's gonna sponsor? I got to go and the fire departments, the VFWs. I'm going to hit the VFWs for speaking engagements, right? Because I want it to be quick. I want it to be like it's going to be 30 something days, man.
Okay.
30 something days on the road.
Here's what I have. Here's what I have laid out for mine. It's the purpose tour. Mental health, suicide, and transition. That's it. Mostly
real basic shit.
Yeah, man. So
mine just happens to be cancer and mental health because I've struggled with mental health and battled cancer.
There you go, man. There you go. So look, man. Do you have any closing remarks? Do you have anything to say?
Just give yourself some grace. Slow your roll. Stop. Just stop. No, when you stop and you slow everything down, you have to be cavemanish. You know? All of this shit here, it's all chaos. You got to control this. And there's some tools that I want to show you, and there's things that I want to put inside of you
Do you have
that
tools in your book?
you can't. No, the book was entirely different.
You,
The book was just like a whole bunch of stories thrown up in the ceiling and everything. Whatever stuck.
do you think you're going to do another book after the tour?
Oh, I am. Oh, absolutely. I'm going to be. Yeah, I'm writing my book as I'm going on a tour. It's called The Shaman from Jersey and how I've alchemized everything. And there's going to be things in the book that some people just, I don't know if I could talk about psychedelics, but I'm a guy that's done 300 rounds of DMT. I've done all the psychedelics that you could do. I've had shaman journeys with Wichita Indians in Mexico. I've gotten all the shit. They're starting to see now with like veterans, man,
Yeah.
mushrooms. They're starting to see like ketamine. They're starting to see like, because this shit works. This works, man. You know, and if somebody could just express themselves through psychedelics,
Well,
you know,
if you ever need an official endorsement in your book, I am a 6-time award-winning author, and I just did a foreword for someone as well.
I'd love for you to do the forward for mine.
Yeah, man. Now, this is the thing about me. I have tremors, and I'm sure you watched the podcast that I was on just recently, but I speak to my phone, so it's all raw coming out of me, and all I need to do is go back and adjust the likes and ands because I'm the type of person that says like and and a lot, and I don't think you would like a forward that, damn, this guy just put a bunch of likes and ands in here. So, but yeah, man, I
Put out
definitely.
whatever you want.
So, but hey, we're way past our time, but man, you're an amazing individual. I wanted to give you the platform to speak. Anytime, bro. I'll put some stuff on my pages to boost your stuff. And when this is over, I'll send you the link, send it out to your friends. Just don't tag me, man, because I don't want it on my page yet because this drops on Wednesday.
Oh no, I'll put everything whenever this drops. That's when I drop it, man.
All right, man. Any loved ones or anything out there, but yeah, man, it both sound like we've both been through it, man. So I just want to say, man, I really appreciate you coming on, man. I'm gonna put you down in the green room. You can go. I'll reach out to you in about an hour. I want to look at the video, and then I'm going to show some emotional photos, and then I'm going to show your book one more time, and I'm going to show your link where people can get your stuff, man. So I really hope that this campaign goes the best it needs to go for you, man.
I appreciate it. Thanks, Steve.
All right, man. Love, peace, and joy, man. Have a good one.
Absolutely. Thanks.
All right. Man, that was a long one right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to post some stuff here, some statistics and statuses that people should know, and then I'll be right back. And this is Craig's book right here. Everybody pays a vig, by Craig Sotkovsky. This is his official website. Now, I hope I don't trigger anyone, but I want to show you his surgery real quick. And I want to say that my heart goes out to all the families and victims from New York, Pennsylvania, and DC. I've had a few friends that I lost at the Pentagon. We'll never forget, and we'll never forget Craig's story. So I am Storytime with Steve-O, and this was the Crawl, Walk, Run podcast, season 3, episode 19, 2 days on the hill, or 2 days on the pile. You get out of the military, and no one tells you how to write a resume. You are handed a DD Form 214, your certificate of service, and suddenly you're on your own. I am William A. Stevens, Jr., a retired United States Army Field Artillery Sergeant First Class, and I know exactly what it feels like. I am also a 3-time award-winning author and an Eric Hoffer Book Award winner in 2025 for The Broken Mirror. In this book, I tell it raw, unfiltered, the truth about survival, the trauma, the bonds, and the breaks along the way, especially the bond with my own daughter. If you are leaving the uniform life, feeling lost and disconnected, unsure of who you are, here's how it is. You are not failing. It takes time. You are not alone. The Broken Mirror is more than my story. It is a guide, a hand to hold, a way to face the silence, step back into purpose, and find your voice again. And don't be left in the silence. But I'll tell you, the grass is not greener on the other side.
Crawl, Walk, Run has been brought to you by Storytime with Steve-O. And speaking for the once in silence, we are the voice of the unheard. If you have a story, please reach out. Till next time.